Good evening, friends. Matt here from theshavingcadre.com, otherwise known as Lukey3262 on the forums. Just popping in for an evening shave. Today's software is going to be brought to you by Barrister and Mann. So today I'm going to be shaving with Barrister and Mann's Reserve Fern shaving soap and aftershave. They put the labels on the bottom. This is actually a recent acquisition for me. It was a trade, and so this is my first time trying this. I know that this is based off of the Hubagant's Fitjar Royale, and so I recently picked up Fitjar Royale, the vintage soap, and I wanted to have a matching aftershave scent to go with it. And so since I could get a hold of the soap at the same time, why not? So anyway, that's my soap and aftershave. My balm, I'm going to be using Fitjar's Haven. Very good balm. I need to break out the Fitjar Slatteroy and Haven soaps soon as well. And for the razor this evening, this razor I've owned for a while. It is an SR Droescher Peter Hahn 5/8 full hollow. And this razor was just honed by my buddy Jerry, otherwise known as Fenster on the Shaving Cadre. He honed it on a JNet. So we're going to see how this goes. He said it was popping hairs really well. I checked it on my arm hair and it popped really well. The brush tonight is the Shaving Cadre Sappuccino Veracino brush, Badger brush. So I'm going to get started with it. I just wrung it out and fantastic Fitjar scent. I think I understand that Barrister and Mann stopped carrying the Reserve line recently, or maybe that's been a while from now. So I ended up picking this up on the secondary market, and if I love it, I might just have to pick up a few more bottles of the aftershave for sure. I'm certain that the soap will probably last me a long time. I have at least probably 50 shaves left on this one, maybe more. And for those of you that have been watching the channel for a while, you know I've got a lot of soap. So I should be fine. And I'm shooting for a 45, 50-second load on this. I think Barrister and Mann really only needs about 30 seconds, if that. But I really do enjoy nice thick lather, so I don't mind overloading like I hate it, and then adding a bunch of water to make it nice, big, and fluffy. So I think we are there. We have plenty of soap in the brush. Now it's been about 3 days since I shaved last. We had 4th of July holiday, was busy that evening. And then I've just kind of taken it easy this week as far as busting out a shave, but I've been wanting to get one, but I was a little tired. I've been busy with a lot of work stuff, and on top of that, trying to do a little work in the garage, doing some organizing so that I can get the new workbench together. I am in the process. I'm going to go buy all my wood and everything for it. It's been so hot. I haven't been wanting to work on one. But I'm going to go get my wood for it here tomorrow, I think, or Saturday, and get started. I've decided I'm going to go ahead and do the, for sure, I'm going to do the glued tabletop method. So I haven't decided if I'm going to use 2x4s or what kind of wood I'm going to use, but I will be gluing and clamping the top together. And the rest of it I'm going to be using, you know, standard frame with trusses, and I think eventually I'll build myself a nice shelf on the bottom, do some, probably a drawer system in there, and make it useful. I was thinking about doing some holes for woodworking dogs, and I'm sure I'll put a vise on it. I have a vise, but I may put a woodworking vise on it too, because I do like doing wood projects. Yeah, that's up with that project. I had the couple of razors land here not long ago. I got a Philharmonica 13 that I need to work on. That hopefully can get done this weekend. I just need to take a little bit of rust off the toe on the back side, and then do a little bit of cleanup on some vintage thumbprints that somehow got left. Speaking of which, if you handle a razor with damp hands, just keep in mind that your damp hands may end up causing a little bit of staining on your razor, especially if you have oily hands, because that oil will trap that water. Granted, oil floats on water, so that water will get trapped under your oily fingerprint and end up marring your blade. So this blade doesn't have it terrible bad, but definitely, because I like restoring things to look really nice, I got to spend some time on it. I'll end up, I put a couple coats of nail polish on the etching, and then once that etching is protected, I'll do some hand polishing, and if that doesn't do it, I'll go ahead and take it the buffer. I think the buffer will knock it out in a hurry, but I always worry about buffing when there's gold wash, because I mean it just takes a second of exposure to a portion of that gold wash for it to disappear. So I got that project to work on. Got a new Philly 14 that came in that needs a minor polish and cleanup, and then hone. So I've got plenty of stuff to work on. This Peter Hahn, made by SR Droescher, one of my favorite vintage razor brands. I think they were producing razors from 1916 to 1928, I think. Right in that range. So this razor's right about 100 years old. Right off the bat, I mean, I can tell this is going to be a great shave. Jerry, fantastic edge already. Our friend Jerry just recently got the J-Nat, and he's been testing it out here and there, and I'm lucky enough to get an edge from it, and he was being modest. This is a nice edge. He and I both have very coarse, wiry beards, and a more laser sharp edge is what we require for the most part. So far so good, Jerry. Very nice. Now, as for the name of Peter Hahn on the razor, you know, for a while I thought that the Peter Hahn was in reference to something that I was incorrect about. For some reason, I thought that Peter Hahn was the guy that made three-piece suits popular. Though I had to think about that for a second. Actually, I believe that the gentleman that made the three-piece suit popular, I believe his name was Beau Brummel. And so I was wrong about that. I was doing a little research before I got in and did this video, and I could not specifically find a Peter Hahn from that period mentioned as a celebrity or in written word. I mean, I'm sure Peter Hahn is in reference to something. There is a contemporary fashion brand that I found, but I really highly doubt they were around back in the 1800s, early 1900s. So if any of you internet sleuths want to check around and see what you can find, that would be great. The only other external reference I found was for a gentleman that was the father of a woman that ended up becoming a woman that did telekinesis. Interesting stuff you find when you're researching razors. All right, pass one is a success. Very nice edge. Very nice edge. I'm a fan. I've resisted the JNat route for a long time, and the only reason I've resisted it is because I didn't know anybody that knew JNats intimately. And my understanding is using a JNat uses similar to a caudicle, but again, similar to a caudicle. They're variable, so you don't know what their grit rating is going to be, and you have to buy from a trusted seller. So that's where I'm at with that. I know that a couple guys from the forums been talking about them a little bit here and there, making me interested, but I think I'd really probably get into them if I could find a trusted seller that could lead me down the right path. So there you go, internet sleuths. If you know anybody, not that I'm wanting to buy this second, but it'd be kind of cool to get into checking out JNats. That could be the next big thing. But I do love my Jaspers. I love my caudicle. I love my my Escher. Jasper gets most of the work right now, but now this little Peter Hahn, I believe it to be a shorty. This is the only one I've ever owned, and the grind on the toe of it does not seem like professional grind off. Pretty sure it was dropped or chipped or something and turned into a shorty. No problem though, it shades great. Wow. Fantastic. And the Reserve Fern is doing real well. I really like the scent. It's holding on to it pretty well. Primo scent for sure. Well, with the weather this weekend being hot and dry again, don't really see us getting out and doing too much other than, like I said, trying to work on the workbench, maybe doing some razors. Might just be a chill at home weekend. Or the wife was talking about getting out and trying to see if we could find any sales on outdoor tables. So that's a definite possibility. We have a huge outdoor deck at this new house. And my sweet mother, she was nice enough to buy us some deck chairs as a housewarming present. But we just haven't gotten around to buying a table, a big table, or an umbrella, which is needed. Well, I don't want to over-flatter Jerry's honing skills, but Jerry, you did a very fine job with this razor. There really isn't that much left to clean up, but I do need to do an against the pass on my chin, my upper lip, and a little cleanup on my neck, but that's about it. Now, I remember this razor was a very nice shaving razor whenever I was using it in the past, before I sent it off for our honing exchange. But it's a great shaving razor, and it has a really nice edge on it now, so you watch, I'll be reaching for it for a lot more. Some big news on my little channel. I saw that I that I hit 50 subscribers, which for some that's not very many, but for me, having a little shaving channel, 50 subscribers is quite a few. So thank you for making my YouTube dreams come true. Feels like my channel's starting to take off a little bit. Now, as I had said previously, this channel's just for fun. I enjoy doing it. It's a blast. I'm certain it'll never pay for itself. But definitely every like and subscribe helps. So thanks, guys. That's cool. Speaking of which, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. Please comment on my videos. Tell me what you think. Am I doing a good job shaving? Do you like the products I'm using? Tell me about yourself. What are you using? What's your favorite soap? What's a soap you'd like to see me use if I haven't used it yet? Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of a pass under my chin that I don't usually do, doing a little experimenting. I usually get really close, but due to my thickness of my beard and the way it grows, oftentimes I miss a little bit right here. And with a very sharp razor, I'm going to give it a shot. Seeing if I can even get a handle on how I want to hold the razor. That's it. Yeah, you're still hearing the blade a little bit, but you're going to hear it due to my my thick whiskers. I feel very BBS, very comfortable. The soap acted perfectly. The razor even more so. It's a great edge. Thanks again, Jerry. I appreciate it. And I look forward to trying more Jane Adder edges. I think I've only ever tried a few, surprisingly. But the great majority of the edges I've ever used are my own creations on my conglomeration of different stones. But always open to try new things, especially Jane Adds. So we'll see. Beyond excellent shave. I'm happy. All right, so we're gonna start the post-shave refinements. My buddy Long Haul Tanker calls them refinements. Throw in a little witch hazel. Now that I have this reserve Fern, the aftershave, and I have Fitjar Royale shaving soap, I'm going to get some Fitjar Royale aftershave talc. That might be in order. Not super easy to find, but it can be found out there. Oh yeah. Heck of a scent. Very fresh and refreshing. Makes me want to splash on a bunch more. That's great, but I'm going to bed here in the next hour or so. All right. I like that. I think the wife's going to like that too. All right. Now Fitjar Haven Balm. Usually just do one little pump, and that's about enough. Definitely not a perfect match, but I don't really have a Fitjar scented balm. But it matches. It works well enough. So, that's my shave. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Please check out theshavingcadre.com and my buddies who also post shaving videos. Long Haul Tanker, Handlebarber Dave, Nurse Dave, Fenster Shaves, Spider Shaves, The Cutthroat Journey. Check out all them dudes. They're great dudes, great channels. And please, come join us on theshavingcadre.com. I'd love to see you over there. We talk a lot about shaving. And also, like and subscribe. It's always great to hang out with you guys. And I guess I'll shave with you later. Bye-bye.